First of all, I would like to start maybe taking 1 minute to understand define stigma and how it can manifest. And I will refer to a report that on the expert panel and workshop organized by the UN Voluntary Fund for Victims of Torture. Stigma related to sexual torture refers to the negative social attitudes, shame, and blame placed on survivors, their families, or communities due to the occurrence of sexual violence. It says that this stigma can manifest in various harmful ways, such as victim blaming, where survivors are held responsible for the violence they endured, or through social ostracism, rejection, or isolation. In many cultures, sexual violence is seen as dishonoring, not only the victim, but also their family, leading to further marginalization and discrimination.
The systematic sexual torture occurring in Syria has ruined lives, destroyed families, and destabilized communities. Shame resulting from stigma is extremely powerful because it generates divisive and destructive social behaviors. It drives people apart. It's also closely related to depression, anger, self-harm, anxiety. Systematic sexual torture is an effective weapon because of the shame and blame, as you mentioned, Berta, the shame and blame that communities place on the survivors and also that they place on each other. And then how communities respond to the violence determines to what extent the survivors can heal from that violence. So as you mentioned, stigmatization is a social process that leads to the marginalization of people. It's when we see some kind of a stain or a taint on their character because of something about them, an experience they had, something they endured. And stigma involves placing blame on the people for letting it happen to themselves, for letting it happen to others, and shame on the survivor because somehow maybe they deviated from the standards of the community or something is different about them now.